Bitcoin loses critical support. We have Amazon Web Services laying out a absolutely parabolic bull run for gaming tokens, and we also have state regulators rallying against Coinbase. All this and more on today's Blockchain Basement.
Bum, 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 bum. You ready for this? I'm ready. Welcome.
If you're gonna screw me, at least pull my hair.
Hell yeah. What you got?
They could start chopping off fingers. They're like, give me your seed phrase, but I don't know it.
Out to give the numbers out. And I was like, no, hang up the phone right now.
Or like when it dropped in 2020, was it like exciting?
400,000 to 600,000. The generational signals are now.
Level. So I don't even know if we're gonna get back below there, but if we do, that's kind of where we
Crapping on a log. Welcome one, welcome all to the Blockchain Basement. Look who we got in studio today, Mr.
Man, what
BJ.
we got?
Oh yeah.
Should I crack this open?
You might as well. We'll leave it as a surprise. What's in the box? What's in the box?
I'm just opening it now.
Hannah's over here. How you doing, Hannah?
I'm good.
You doing well?
Pretty good. How are you?
Pretty good. I'm feeling a little little extra funky. I had a workout before the stream. Still have kind of the pre-workout soaking into my blood, so it might get a little bit weird. Happy to have BJ back. He was out there running the Magic the Gathering. You got it? Let's see what you got.
Doing the upside down reveal?
I'm very intrigued.
Let's
It's gonna
see.
be upside down. That's not my crotch.
High crotch shot. Oh, baby. So we're going to test the bounds of human ability to drink caffeine in a 1 hour period today. I'm going to be having one of these delicious beverages.
Ooh, and they're textured
Blue.
or embossed. Apparently their meme was with 7, so if Owen zooms in again.
He's coming. He's
Me
coming.
too.
I'm going to the snake chart.
But I think it's funny that the calories are 7.
7.
Oh, they say first edition. Oh, that's cool. I didn't actually know that.
Dude. Man, snake.
Thank
Is this a buy right now, BJ?
I mean-
Oh my god.
Well, I
Look
got
at this
a
thing.
portion of the sales because I bought a couple of cases.
Did you?
So
Okay.
I haven't bought more in a little while just because, I'm way up on what I bought.
Right.
But I've been buying a bunch of other stuff. If we eventually go to Tap Tools, I ended up buying more milk yesterday.
I'm on Tap Tools right now. I'm
Yeah.
looking at Snake. Snake. Let's see here. What do we got here? So it's pretty well down. This is your standard meme coin chart, right? Pretty well down, but I mean
It's
the market
also
cap
up from where it was, but
It is up from where
did
it
go
was.
way the F up. So
So it's at a $50 million market cap still? Is what I'm seeing.
50 million ADA.
Oh, okay, cool.
So like 12 million.
Yeah, that's still a micro cap play
Yeah.
still. And you're also looking at milk. I know we're
So if
looking
you
at
go
milk.
back to the main page,
Yeah, let's see here.
so stuff I bought yesterday. I bought more if they take us off.
Yeah, get our
Oh,
ugly
God.
faces out of the way here.
So I bought more AIGX, some more
Okay.
LenFi, some more. I don't think I bought more Opt. I bought more Milk, bought more IAG, and then a bunch of the Dex Hunter token. Just because
this Hunt token.
Yeah, so Dex Hunter is basically a new aggregator that also just added stop losses the other day, but it's super fast. Seems pretty awesome.
Yeah, I was checking out the website. I mean, here's the website for Dex Hunter. They were doing the stop loss tracking ability. Here's their Twitter. They are staying pretty active. It's a smaller.
I mean, it just came out of nowhere.
Right.
I had never heard of it before, like a few days ago.
Okay, well, this is probably going to be. What's up, Adam? How you doing? Sorry. Thanks for joining us.
Do you want to try a snack with us?
Yes, have.
Oh, you don't have to drink it this second.
A snack.
Do you want it or not?
All right, we're opening these.
They're rare. Okay, I guess we're opening.
We're going to click it. Ready?
Ready?
1, 2, 3, click.
Now, the one ingredient I don't like that is in here, I personally despise sucralose. So,
Didn't Charles Hoskinson freak out when he saw that in there?
I mean, sucralose?
Yeah, he was like, that's poison.
I mean, it's in
It's clearly poison.
everything.
Clearly poison.
So, oh God, we're saying, I don't know. I'm probably not going to like it. I love the project. I love that they did this.
What's the ingredient?
Sucralose is artificial sweetener. It's pretty much in everything. But
Sucralose.
I hate artificial sweeteners.
You
in
can
general.
taste it like in like diet drinks and stuff.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, at least it's a meme coin with a product. So
They hide it. That's actually pretty good.
it smells kind of nice though.
No, it's not bad. Oh God.
Wait, it's so good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And this is coming from somebody who despises sucralose.
I still want some.
It's not bad.
No, like I would drink that.
Dude, this snake token, this might be just one of my throw a couple hundred, maybe $500 at this token just to see if it comes back alive. This is well down.
I mean, there's no reason not to. And then I think for each case that you bought, you got X amount of the sales.
Oh, really?
So,
This is a crypto thing.
yeah. So this is
the snake token right here.
This is the meme coin on Cardano.
All right. I'm a little late in here. My bad.
No, it's all good.
I get that. Dude, I checked my phone. I was upstairs just a second ago, and I just hopped out of a meeting. I checked my phone. I was like, oh my God.
We got busy days around here.
Dude,
we got
for
busy
real.
days. I got a couple more video shoots to do after the show. It's been high paced, fast, double knife hands life. And then also the crowd. You guys are awesome. You're why we do this every day. Deucey Does Crypto, Granny's Garden, been a while. Nice name, music tags, Deadwood, Nakudo the Gamer. Yes, thank you very much, the core people of this basement show. But, in general, we're losing some support on Bitcoin. We talked about 27.2 yesterday, holding on by a thread, and it has definitely been lost as of today. Now, how low we go, that's the big question on anyone's mind. I'm still of the opinion that we'll probably hold the 25 spot. Here's the monthly chart. 1 year SNEC. And oh yeah, give me that SNEC up here. Give me that SNEC.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. Essentially, I'm feeling like these two attempts at 25. Many people are calling that this potentially is just a head and shoulders. I still just think we're going to have a little bit of chop and be on our way back up from here. But that's just my sentiment because I saw many pundits going bearish, and once everyone else is feeling bearish, then I figure it's about time to readjust my thinking. And one thing that's been kind of surprising is that Chainlink is actually what I moved majority of my holdings into. It's definitely Chainlink. It actually is holding up pretty well. I'm going to the graph right now, so it's at $7.30 still. This is the month on Chainlink, actually still looking pretty robust. Many people are expecting, I'll show you the backup view here. This is kind of the channel it's been trapped within. And the exciting thing for me and kind of where I positioned everything is to see if Chainlink can hold this line above essentially about $7.10. That's where I'm watching. I'm feeling good about Chainlink long term. Cardano, I still believe in in general. So that's why, I'm excited when BJ's talking to me about the Cardano ecosystem. I have a little bit of AJAX, like a very small amount of AJAX. This is a coin that I cannot be left sleeping on. I gotta, be talking about this one consistently because we already kind of got used to the AI narrative coming and going, but I guarantee you it will be back in a big way. And along with that, you're going to have small market cap AI coins absolutely rip. So we're paying attention for that. This one's at 828 million ADA market cap already. what is that like?
It's like 200 billion.
Yeah, it's like
Or 200 million. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
200 mil.
Dang.
That's not that much. I mean, it's still not like that super micro cap that you're looking for, but Ajax has got Ben Gertzel behind him.
But keep in mind, all these market caps are based in ADA,
Yeah.
not USD.
Yeah.
So it's like those are going to basically skyrocket out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So as ADA goes up, those market caps go up.
Yeah. That's why I can't. And I like milk because there's only like, here's
It's,
milk.
I think, 10 million
Mhm.
totens.
It's got a really
I
small
think it's
supply.
70% of it's out already,
Yep.
63%.
10 million tokens total supply. Pooled milk's at 4%, just under it. But I like milk too. I think that these things, they're not going to be all major winners, but I learned last cycle to just build a small basket of real feisty ones that
Well,
end up.
ViFi is another good one to look at. I think it's down like 40%.
ViFi?
On the week. And I hung out with the CEO, Steven, who also does a lot of card slights, which was a super cool guy. But I know I'm the one who keeps talking about I don't think Ethereum's going to do very well this run. Again, take this all with a grain of salt. Invest in what you feel comfortable in. But that being said, it's like you have Vitalik coming out who's not staking. You look at all the ridiculous stuff with Lido that's going on.
That was not a good look.
But like the fact that Vitalik's even like, well, maybe we need to go back to the drawing board again. And it's like you still haven't even actually completed making a proof of stake chain.
Right.
I know a lot of people disagree with me on that. And I did have to throw he who will not be named under the bus because somebody was like, yeah, I'm super pro Cardano and like, look at ETH. And I was like, you literally pulled me aside in the office and told me I couldn't say anything negative about ETH anymore because people who you told to invest in it started being like, this weird hippie guy keeps talking about ETH and a lot of the stuff he's talking about makes sense.
Hippie guy.
Yeah, man, like literally, like look at it. It is fundamentally centrally controlled. Its attack vectors don't require a lot at all to get into. It's not actually proof of stake, non-deterministic gas fees. It's like the list goes on. Like if you want to be in a broken relationship and just be abused, stay with ETH.
So what you're saying is I should buy it.
Yes.
That's what I'm hearing right now.
Fun.
ETH is fun.
ETH is fun and cool.
She loves her NFTs and all her ecosystem. But
Shut up, centralist.
what he's talking about,
It's all valid.
people are going to look for options outside of ETH. And Cardano is going to have a bigger bull market move than ETH. The ETH has already been pretty much realized for institutions that are in the game right now. And now, though I got in and out of Cardano at about 40 cents, I'm still planning on building a large portion of my bag in it.
And then, sorry, Ryan
What's
says,
that?
do you know any good dexes? So there's Muesli Swap, there's Sunday Swap, there's Min Swap. You can use this Dex Hunter if you want to use it. And then there's some liquidity pools with like ViFi and other things like that.
Yeah.
And then LenFi is another liquidity borrowing protocol. But if you go to taptools.io, you can see a lot of the ecosystem in there.
Yeah, I'll show you.
And then Cardano Cube.io lets you see like all of the projects, quick links to all their websites, and you can check all that stuff out.
CardanoCube.io.
But I mean, look at Matic last run and a lot of the other layer 2s that were on Ethereum. First off, if your layer 1 worked correctly, you wouldn't need all these layer 2s. But anyway, let's talk about building on a shitty foundation. And yes, I do have Kopi.
Oh my God.
But this is the time, like when people are going to look at me and be like, you're an idiot. There's probably some truth to that. I'm an idiot, but
Allegedly.
it's when people aren't talking about these projects as one you want to be accumulating, not buying at the top like what people constantly tend to do.
Right.
So it's like if you want to go for the gains, like you gotta put your junk out there a little bit.
Yeah, and you have to, it depends, like this from DeFi investor kind of plays into this. I pulled this tweet because I thought it was awesome. Just from mindset stuff, the lower your capital is, the more comfortable you should be with taking risks. You're not going to get rich off of Bitcoin and Ethereum if you have a small portfolio. This is important to pay attention to. Buying small caps, mid caps, and farming airdrops is how you can build that wealth at first. Remember, not taking risk is the biggest risk. And when we're thinking about that conversation of ETH versus something like Cardano, which has a lot of the bells and whistles that ETH, also wants to have and, is advertised for having, I think that Cardano and the community, the ecosystem, the development is all there. It's going to have a good spot in the next bull market.
I mean, everything's there.
It is.
When somebody claims that
It is.
Cardano, like, ETH has all these things that Cardano doesn't. Name one
It's
thing.
there. It's there.
Adoption, maybe.
Right.
Or not maybe. I mean, that is a valid argument that I can't counter. Like, a lot more people are on ETH. That's fundamentally factual, unfortunately. But it is what it is. But it's like, you have the gaming, you have the lending, you have all the DeFi stuff, you have all the swapping. Oh, wait, what is that thing Cardano doesn't have that ETH has? Oh, non-determinism.
Yeah. That's the thing that might be the linchpin for the move. That's because remember, gas fees were heinous at the height of the last bull market. There's a lot of people that, they had small bags. They were putting a little bit into a coin that does great, and then they go to take the money out. It's a small bag. It costs them half the bag just in gas fees to escape out of the position at the time because the network is being heavily used at the time because things are going good. So it kind of defeated the purpose for a lot of people that were trying to really make that big up and come out of those small ETH meme coins or micro caps, because they would get this basket where they won, say they put $50 in, they won, they won big time, got it up to $1,000 bag. Then they had to pay $500 at times in gas fees.
That's insane.
Just to escape the position.
And then pay capital gains tax on top of that.
Right. Absolutely.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah, we do. And you got to keep that in mind. And that's why it sucks. Like, that's why things like layer twos, they're building on top of them, but people are going to be stuck on the Ethereum side to using that. And that's where the layer two options for Ethereum is probably also going to have good runs. I have a
question about the layers, BJ, because you're saying if you build it correctly, you have a solid foundation, you don't need all of these layers. But what's the downside of the layers?
A lot of times they act like bridges and basically backdoors for hacks and everything else.
Okay, true.
Plus, if you have an underlining protocol, this is going to be a really weird analogy here. I like vMix for doing production. There's a lot of people who love OBS, and they're like, well, you have all these awesome plugins and everything else. But because everything's not working together, like it's different companies and random smaller people who choose to make all these things, when there's an interoperability issue between the main program and everything else, get wrecked. Because it's two completely different companies that won't necessarily talk to each other. But the main issue is just backdoors and security and everything like that.
But long term, do you think that like layer twos are just like like it's just gonna be a thing? They have to be there. So like Cardano's
it's necessary on a fundamentally flawed system, yes.
So you think Cardano just won't have any layer twos? It'll all just
it has basically their sidechain is done very differently. And they do a lot of pipelining, and then there's a lot of the stuff that Mokomata is doing, all the stuff that Hydra is doing. But a lot of these things were originally designed with the system versus being like, okay, let's build the thing. Oh crap, we forgot to build plumbing. Let's build the plumbing later after the building is up. Like, there's issues there.
Well, and I think I've always used the analogy that Charles Hoskinson is building Cardano at a slower pace. He's doing it right the first time so that it doesn't need adjustments later, right? That's the turtle versus the hare type analogy that I've always used for ADA. And I think it is going to be a good mover. But, also I'm not going to miss out on L2s. I listen to people like BJ. I listen to people like Johnny, and I build portfolios around kind of just making sure that I see crypto moving into the bull market. I visualize it almost like a roulette table where you have to be covering certain bases of narratives to really experience, that massive move that you're all looking for. I know that I was looking for it last time I got it, and I want to try to repeat that process in a more kind of aggressive manner outside of Ethereum now into Chainlink and Cardano. But also I'll be watching a few of these other projects like this tweet from Alex Wasky highlighted. Actually agreed with pretty much a lot of his list here. So overall market is boring right now. However, if someone asks where to invest $1,000 for high returns and forget about it for a year, I would suggest considering these tokens. And he's looking at OP. The reason is massive expansion of L2 chains like we were talking about. There's remarkable VCs available for potential price manipulation, and token holders are steadily increasing. It's worth noting that tokens from unlocks are not being dumped into the market. And we see that a lot of worries about the token unlocks and really minimal action happening for it. It depends on who's getting the token to be able to be unlocked. So we haven't really seen that affect it yet. But this is another thing that you keep in mind if you're trying to imagine OP in 5-6 years. The tokenomics and the unlocks increase pretty heavily after and kind of during the next bull market. So keep that in mind. Injective, I've heard this one talked about a lot. This one I hasn't really digged into, so I wanted to see what your guys' thoughts on it, if you're bullish on it. But this guy's saying one of the most promising things for L1 platforms is, despite the previous struggles to gain traction during bullish periods, it's now experiencing expanding ecosystem with numerous projects, and just in the time frame, it's been pretty boring to see them continue to build, keep their name relevant, which I've definitely seen because I'm always obviously on the news cycles. They've been making noise. They've kept the lights on. FracShare, kind of linked into that overall decentralized algorithmic stablecoin narrative. It's fighting the dirty history that algorithmic stablecoins gathered when Terra Luna crashed. But he's just highlighting Frax has the potential to become a leader, not only in liquid staking derivatives, but also in driving the overall growth of the entire ecosystem. V3 could serve as a potential positive catalyst for this. They have some upgrades coming up. They're staying relevant. CFG, haven't looked into it. One of the favorites for RWA sector. I'll have to look into this one. Strong RWA coalition and continuously expanding their partnership. These are things like when I see stuff like this, I just do a little bit of investigation. Now, this one, Rio, has been all over. I can see a lot of people, like actual people, are interested in Rio, not bots, which kind of perked my eyes up to it as far as potential incoming narrative based coins. It's got a promising opportunity with the RWA sector and a strong connection to the SEC and full compliance with all their requirements. It avoids any potential tokenization violations. It'll just help if they're already in compliance and already got that figured out. Then it'll just make large scale companies.
Devil's advocate. So it avoids any potential tokenization violations. But isn't all this SEC stuff deciding what any of that framework actually is? So how are you avoiding any of the potential when none of that legislation has actually been finalized?
Yeah, I mean, that legislation definitely has been finalized. And really the worry is that the XRP lawsuit might be appealed all the way into like 2027 at this point. That's the worry that I've seen come about. As you've said, BJ, remember you brought up like the appeals for coming for sure. We just see the SEC attempt to appeal so far. Got denied by the judge, but them being able to kind of keep it in the courts and keep that question in kind of a gray zone, it might be kind of the intention of this project to just get that out of the way just in case. Just kind of like I see at 2A companies trying to get in compliance with the ATF just in case. Seems like just regulation by choice at this point for the SEC. A0, another one kind of in the realm I've seen Rio in, just talked a lot heavily with privacy aspect, may still be questionable. Aleph Zero is one of the most promising projects in the sector, certainly deserves attention. I'm going to be looking into these two more. Maker, I definitely felt good about, around $900 to $1,000 a token. Now it's trading around $1,400 a token, so don't feel great about the entry point right now on Maker, but I do see it being strong next cycle. Uses DAI supply, DAI stable coins, and the supply is increasing. Basically just increasing their revenue and buyback of the Maker token. They did rebrand, but again, staying relevant, staying in the upgrade news, and the communities are strong for them. Chainlink, I'm just overly bullish on Chainlink. Try to leave room in my heart for other tokens because of Chainlink, because of how hyper bullish I am on it. It was great to me last cycle. I think that this range that we're in right now, if you see a $5, anything in the $5 range, that's a good grab at Chainlink. DYDX, obviously, this one is basically just aimed at DeFi. This guy's thinking that it's just going to increase in users overall from DeFi. This is maybe hopeful thinking. Are we just being perpetual optimists and thinking that people are going to want to escape centralized exchanges after seeing what happened? Or what do you think, BJ? Am I being unreasonable in thinking that people are going to want DeFi more after seeing FTX collapse and all these other centralized agencies basically do them in?
I think it's unreasonable because people don't think.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, if the status quo of the narrative says otherwise, that's what people are going to follow. Mm-hmm. I don't understand why. I mean, it makes absolutely, utterly no sense. If the entire point of you being in crypto is self-sovereignty, why would you not want self-custodialship?
That's the thing.
It makes absolutely no sense why you would not want to do that. Also, boosted 2JZ, that's redundant. You obviously are throwing turbos on a 2JZ. Also a great name, though.
Trust Wallet token. This was a big mover this week. Let's look at this thing. This is Trust Wallets under Binance. Binance has had a ton of FUD recently. It was kind of interesting to see Trust Wallet. Where is this thing?
Well, then what? Supposedly locking wallets, dealing with people giving money.
Yeah, we covered that heavily yesterday. As far as, Iranian, here it is, TWT. Biggest loser of the day. Nice. Okay. Might be retracing here. Let's see. Back up. So this is the yearly. This is just letting you know, move my face out of the way. You can see it had a really great beginning of the year and has since been below that initial point of 94 cents. In general, kind of just an overall healthy graph, honestly. Like, if if the DOJ leaves Binance alone to a degree or just lets them keep operating, this thing's probably going to be massive. This looks like a very healthy chart in general. And the FUD against Binance really never seems to accumulate into anything tangible. So that actually might be something to add to my watch list, this Trust Wallet token. Seems like a decent time to look at it here. We got a 387.
Has Binance ever really talked about having a bunch of DeFi? Well, I mean, they have it, but I feel like that's something that's never been very discussed. Because last bull run, like most of my gains were all made in the Binance ecosystem.
Were they?
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's actually kind of being ignored.
Like I feel like we don't ever talk about that.
Well, isn't Pancake Swaps on there, right? We were watching Pancake Swap at a pretty good entry point a while ago. Let's see where Pancake Swap is here.
Some of these names are hilarious.
Also, I don't know if I have. First off, I would not raise. Second of all, I actually don't know if I have a 10-second car.
You don't have a 10-second car?
No.
Dude, I had some fun in high school.
You probably do.
Mine's close.
Yeah, I feel like I'm close.
I'm
You have a
definitely
good
sub
car.
11.
Yeah.
No, I'm probably right at 10.
You guys should race. Why are we not racing?
I don't think I'm winning.
You don't think you're winning?
From
Really?
a dig, maybe not, but for rolling, you got it.
You're all wheel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys, seeing you guys with your cool cars brings me back to high school, man.
Yeah.
I used to do some cool stuff in high school. We built a 3000 GT VR4.
Nice. I love those cars, dude.
Those were sick. And then the 300ZX with the twin turbo
Love
and the
that too.
T-tops.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
The IROC special.
I didn't know they did an all-wheel steering version
Yeah,
of that.
They did.
Yes.
They did. It was crazy.
So my uncle has one sitting on a rack in a one of his warehouses, just chilling. It's been there for like 2 decades.
I want to get an Eagle Talon, a Talon. Those things were super fun.
There was a whole era of cars that were
I know.
like weird, like little sports cars from
And they
like
were all the
random.
same car?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were like the Dodge Stealth and like neon, like all those like weird
the
era.
Renaissance. Did
Well, the
you know
Dodge
any of the
Stealth
cars we were talking?
was the same as the
I'll pull up a
3000.
picture.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really need to, like, if people, the
the
question.
Probe and something else were the same.
Let's see here. I'm
Like
gonna
when you
pull
get rich, what car are you buying? I never have an answer. I think cars are cool. I really want to learn,
Look,
but I'm
this
like,
was a gem of the 90s. Look
I'm
at this.
I don't
probably
know my
buying
favorite
a
car.
E46 M3.
Look at this thing.
Good
And
luck, dude.
and-
They're so
I know.
expensive right now.
And
It's like
Laguna
is
Seca
it really
blue.
fast?
I mean, if you have a VR4,
Look at
3000 GT
45K,
VR4,
that's crazy.
yes, it is fast. I
Oh,
got
it's beautiful.
I love the fucking stormtrooper helmet.
I
That
know.
looks like Drew. Is that you in there?
I mean, it could be. This could be
I
me.
love that
This
car.
night,
Look at that side profile. That thing's
I
clean,
know.
man.
Yeah. But the Acura NSX though, the 90s Acura NSX.
That's my dream car.
Is it really?
That and the McLaren F1 from the
Let's see here.
90s.
These are the new ones. This is the 90s one here. This is just such
Dude, the new one, speaking of McLaren F1, the new one looks like that.
Oh, I know.
Well,
Looks
it looks
amazing.
kind of like an MP412C.
Which is my favorite
like that
McLaren.
one.
Yeah,
You like this
Outside
one?
of the
Yeah.
F1.
That's
I
the
think-
bull market stuff.
like a real old black Cadillac, I feel like I would look pretty cool.
Yeah.
She wants the thug.
You bring me
She
back to
wants
the
that.
90s.
Hold
man.
on, look up DeSoto, because this is what I've always wanted.
DIS.
DESOTO, because these were what I wanted in high school and to rat rod the fuck out of.
Let's see here. Oh yeah.
No, you got to find the right one.
Where are we
like
going
a
here?
big fatty grill. Honestly,
guy?
that 1951 DeSoto, like that.
This
the,
one.
the black and white one. Yeah.
Yo, that one. Wait, go down. Oh,
But if you really want, and then we'll get back on topic,
That one's-
look up Morgan West Aero 8.
Morgan West Aero 8.
This thing is
Holy God.
But they also make the Aero Max, which is sexy. But
I've never been a huge fan of that like vein of cars,
Yeah.
like the like kind of classic cars, but like modernized. The only one
That's
that
what I
seen,
love is the Aero Max.
that looks nice.
It's also a Beamer.
The one I know. The one that I love is the Hyundai concept car that was like supposed to be like a all electric.
The N7.
I don't remember what it was, but if you just look up like
Yeah, look
Hyundai
it up.
electric
This is what the new
concept,
DeLorean should have
it
looked
is
like.
one of the
Hyundai
prettiest cars
electric?
I've ever seen. Concept.
Was
You
it
definitely have to
hydrogen?
put up concept.
Was it hydrogen?
I think so.
Let's see here.
There it is,
Yeah.
right there on the bottom right.
This one?
It's, well,
It's
if
the-
you go like
it's the one in the
third
back
pic-
there.
Yeah.
It's the one in the back.
Oh,
That's
this
what
guy.
the new DeLorean should have looked
Oh
like.
man.
Yeah,
look
that's
at
it
that.
right there.
Look at that side profile.
Yeah, scroll
Ooh,
down.
man, that's clean.
Okay. Okay.
Nope, not that far down.
Oh god.
Is that an old Datsun? Anyway,
I don't know.
The
Right.
one right
thing.
there that looks sexy as hell. Like, look at that.
Yeah. I mean, give me a break.
That is Cyberpunk 2077. Like,
Literally
just-
the best looking car in the past 5 years.
What?
Probably.
Okay. This is Alpha on what to watch out for.
Yeah, sorry, we derailed.
No, I
real
know.
Yeah,
fast.
next year, folks. Next
It's
year.
fine. You know, listen. I turned crypto into houses, cars, and guns. So, you know, those three things. So it's important to kind of have goals, right? You have to formulate your goals. Pretty much every car I have, I
The
bought.
R8 is so cute.
The R8.
It's so cute.
You
The
mean
R8 looks
Yeah,
pretty
start it up.
hardcore, man.
I
That thing-
mean, not the insanely overpriced version of the Lambo that used to be here.
Yeah.
Same car,
Yeah.
literally.
have you
same
seen the
car.
videos? They're like
Hold
tearing
on.
apart. I've seen the video of the guy just ripping apart the interior of a Lambo, and there was just like
Yeah, I
Audi
saw
part,
that.
like here or there.
An
It's
Audi is
ridiculous.
more expensive than a Lambo?
No.
Or
But it's the
Lambo's
same
just
car.
like
Same car.
Okay.
Yeah, same concept as paying $800 for a T-shirt. It's the same thing. Just
We
keep
do
it
need a
within
car
reason.
channel, honestly. That'd
we
be
should.
sick.
We should. I built and sold a 1971 Chevy K10
Wow.
that had 500 horsepower to the wheels. It was a small block 350, and given to me by my father, and it sat kind of stagnant, didn't run, so I built it up. Once I got let go for being non-essential, that's a pretty good experience in life, just to get my hands to the mechanics. But other stuff I'm watching, another bag I want to build is Casper. I've been seeing Casper. Yeah, the reason why, I mean, obviously I can see that they're cooked into a lot of, you know, IMF and BIS conversations as of lately, but they're staying relevant, doing update to their validators. This is from the Casper Network and Midha. I think they're based out of India too, and I just feel like India is just going to be a huge part of the next market. India is actually creeping up on. I think it's second in the world behind the USA for people involved with crypto.
They got the population for it, man.
They've got the population for it. So that's one that I'm watching for. And also you got to think about, okay, so I'm thinking in the future, I'm thinking into the bull market. Where's the population that's going to be right behind the US that, you know, they're going to be latching on to their local companies in Web3? That's just a reasonable thing to think about. You know, a company in China is going to have more people involved with them from China than the US oftentimes. And Casper is one of those things in my mind. I see India as nothing to sleep on. And, you know, Casper is within that narrative. Now, Casper, let's see where it's at. I think I saw it last. It was at an amazing entry point. I mean, this thing has launched like absolute garbage. Look at this chart. Holy hell. $1.30.
Owen's done texting.
Yeah. Well, you know what? He's got that. Oh, he's in the chat. He's up in the grill. So it launched at $1.30. It is absolutely down on its all-time high. This thing's been around for a while. It looks like it started at the end of 21 or beginning of 22. But over the last year, this is what I'm looking at here. So this thing is not dead. It went down to, I think, right around 2.5 cents and went up to 6 cents. So it's almost 3x, and then is now retracing back down to that same level. It's at 3 cents right now, but I am watching out to retap this 2.5 cent level before moving into this thing. It's nothing that I want to be left out missing on. It's kind of in that same mind frame I have with Cardano. I'm comfortable buying 20 cents to 30 cents. Hope for the teens on Cardano. This one I'm hoping to get in at around 2 cents. It's right on that breach there with the recent market correction coming back down. I'll probably be able to get that fulfilled.
What's the market cap currently?
Market cap on this one is 350 million. So not a billion
supply?
yet. It's pretty small. Kind of small in comparison. It's got a bigger narrative than market cap for sure.
Market cap's what's the supply that's out?
Circulating supply is at 11 billion tokens.
And what's total?
12 billion. So, yeah, I mean, it's pretty much out, but the max supply is not listed here. We got to find that out. I'm sure that data is available somewhere else, but
yeah, that's a fairly.
It's not horrible.
Well, I was going to say, for the amount that's out there, you don't have to deal with an emission schedule too much. But you said 250 million. Is that,
as far as what? 250 million. Oh, the market cap? 350 million.
300. Yeah, that's not an irrelevant number.
Yeah. I mean, it's in the mix, man. And it's keeping,
yeah, I don't know.
It's something that, might surprise a lot of people. And just seeing them out there, their community is strong. A lot of people have been mentioning it to me. It kind of was on the fringe of being in that ISO narrative group, but not really. Yeah. So, it's something that I'm watching for sure. We also have Jim Cramer making me feel better about being positioned in Bitcoin. This was Cramer
Before you
yesterday.
rip into that, Bob Fern counting, how much would you put into ADA as a normie? Just a random number. If you put in $12,000 into ADA at 25 cents, that's 48,000 ADA, assuming ADA goes to $7, which maybe a little bit high, maybe not, but kind of middle of the road of what most people think. I like basing everything off of $4, but say it does go to $7, that's $336,000 in the next 18 months.
Are normies putting $12K on it though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Really?
this is a
Damn,
good
what
question.
have I got $12.
$12? We're going into a micro cap.
The most
gaming
conservative thing to do is whatever you put in, expect a 10x.
Yeah.
And that is conservative.
Yeah. Keep it reasonable here. We'll look at ADA because this is a good conversation to have. So, Cardano at its current market cap. So let's say you're saying that you're looking at around $14 or $4, right?
Oh yeah, $4 is going to happen. That's not a question.
That's looking for, at current, that'd be looking for a market cap of $146 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Go
so 25
back.
cents right now?
Yep. It's 25 cents right now. And this is just some napkin math to give people an understanding of kind of the potential for where our market caps are at. So we'll go to the all-time. Its all-time high market cap was $90 billion, right? And $4 ADA, $4.20 ADA would make need $146 billion market cap. Now you got to keep in mind there's going to be some.
7 seems pushing it. I don't see $10 happening, and then the people who are saying 15, I don't see that happening.
Yeah, I mean $7 that'd be a $249 billion market cap.
Like that's feasible.
Yeah, but
how bad is it for 10? 10's up there.
This is where it gets weird. Is when people are saying it's going to reach $20 or $30 in the next market.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
do I want that? Absolutely. It's not happening.
It would be nearly $1 trillion market cap currently. Now you got to keep in mind there's going to be some emissions between now and then. So keeping it within reason. I think 4 to 7 is a very. I think 4 is a good bellwether to just kind of base what your expectations are out of it. But again, back to that conversation, like, let's say you have $100 to make it or break it, right? You're going to be looking for higher risk plays.
You're looking for the next baby Doge.
Right. You're looking for a meme coin, a Trump Inu Doge, Bitcoin, Solana Inu, which, is a risky play. But if you're trying to make it from nothing, you have to kind of risk it for the biscuit. Isn't that right, BJ? You got to get on
Hands
your...
off my biscuit,
Gotta
Drew.
risk it for the biscuit.
Gotta risk it. You got to get on your Discord. People have been dropping stuff.
I've been there recently.
You have been on there? I haven't seen you
in the last month.
Yeah. Oh man, they're yearning for the risky biscuit. But just in general, Jim Cramer thinks everything within crypto is extra risky. He came out with this video yesterday, and I am just insanely bullish after hearing this guy. So I'm gonna play this. You ready for this, Owen? All right.
Can't be in something that where Mr. Bitcoin is about to go down big. I would not touch crypto in a million years. These people who own these things should not own them. They shouldn't own them. I do think you're an idiot. Okay?
I like this. Look at this.
They just have this arbitrary don't buy Inu token here up by 3% on a snapshot. Like, that was a specific dig at crypto. But every time Jim reasserts that we're idiots, it just makes me feel better and better about going against him. Because he told everyone to save
this
their
time
money.
I think they're going to get us, though.
You think they're going to get us this time?
I don't think you should do the reverse Kramer between now and, you should buy, But I still think we're dumping hard before the end of the year, like black swans. And then, as usual, I'm going to go into the housing market. But you've got everybody who just bought that thinks that they're refinancing and doesn't understand what happens once you're in negative equity. And these are a lot of people who have been convinced that they're going to be able to refi. You can't refi when you're in negative equity. You can't sell your house once prices start dropping. So that's what's going to be interesting with the market. So if we're anything like 2008 or anything like the Rona, at some point they're going to inject more money and really push quantitative easing. At what point and how they do that is going to be very interesting, though.
Yeah, but I think they're going to have to.
Prices are going to dump before the end of the year, and I think that's more affiliated. Again, I've said it a million times, with basically getting unrealized losses as well as setting up for the ETFs next year.
You think so?
I do.
It's a potential. I'm not writing it off, but I also see.
I still think you should buy, but
yeah. And anywhere at the 25, 30K, even down to 15K, is that really going to matter if we breach $140,000 of Bitcoin?
No.
Right? Like, if you're cutting hairs and not moving in, like I was out of the market momentarily when we went from 31 down to 25. That was only because I felt very strongly about that dump coming, pulled out, went back into Chainlink out of Bitcoin at those levels. Turned out great. But what you're saying, I'm not discounting. There's a lot of reasons why the Fed may have to pull the brakes on raising interest rates, though. There's some things cracking in the traditional finance world that is basically, in my opinion, tying Jerome Powell's hands behind his back as far as being a big old bad bully on the playground. And that came in the form of a few different things. So yesterday's came out, more than $25 trillion worth of U.S. debt is no longer AAA rated, which means for the first time in history, global government junk debt exceeds which that is top rated. So
what is our debt, 33 or 38?
Well, it's about 34. Let's check.
34.
Let's check. I'm going to go to the debt clock. Let's see here.
Let's
because
see
it's
what
moving
random
fast.
scripture is on this website.
I know,
right
it's been fun. They've been putting like
who's been doing that?
I don't know. It's pretty amazing what they've been doing. They're doing the Lord's work here.
Wow.
Let's see here. So it's at $33.5 trillion in debt as of right now. They've been adding. What's that?
It just keeps going.
Those are rookie numbers. We can pump that up.
I think it's silly how they added all these little icons here to like kind of make it fun. You know what I mean? Like a little emergency
This
sign.
looks like it's from 2003.
You know what's not on there?
What's that?
The money we were sending to Ukraine.
Nah. We don't want to talk about that. It's going somewhere else now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, in general, you can quantify
I
that.
did call that last week. Remember when I said that there wasn't more money in Ukraine in the budget for Ukraine, and that something was going to happen to get more money? I was wrong about where.
Yeah.
But I literally, 2 days later it happened?
I know.
What is the update on Ukraine, Russia?
Oh, nobody cares anymore because they're
it's good now.
No, it's not good. It's not
Ukraine's
good.
getting their butt handed to them, but it's just funny that everybody's now like, oh, I know everything about Palestine.
Yeah.
Because it's called Palestine.
Man, they've been going at it
I'm
for
sorry.
70 years.
Yeah.
It's been an ongoing thing.
You disagree with what I'm saying? Look up. Oh God, I can't even say this. There is a declaration from 1919 that rhymes with Al-4, and just look at who that's written to. But it was somebody buying basically what you call Israel right now.
Oh, hey, we brought that up the first day of this. I know what you're talking about.
I'm being very vague.
How do we say this so they understand it? So a child that rhymes with Both. That's how I can best.
Okay, you
say
got
that.
closer than I wanted to.
I was on a space last night that was crazy. They were just spitting it.
They're
out.
getting heated about it. Oh yeah, and hit the like button.
Yeah.
Hit the like button if you're trying to wake the people up.
Oh,
up
we're
to the
going to be
narrative.
trouble here for a second. I
Oh,
don't
God.
know if Owen can zoom in on this.
Are we
But-
zooming into your phone?
Yeah.
Okay.
This could be
Okay.
problematic, but it is very funny. Let's see how much we can see this.
What do you got?
So this is a very funny photo whenever anybody's like, oh, all the Palestinians are naughty. So this is a view from inside of Bethlehem. This is what the IDF builds around Bethlehem. And if you are Palestinian, they decide when and where you go and when and how you can go. But oh my God, hold on, let me just do this.
It's been like that for a while.
Yeah. So this was me when I was there in 2015. But this is interesting where you see Pope, Bethlehem looks like a Warsaw ghetto.
Oof. Yeah.
I mean-
it's just like they're not going to show that on the news. It's just like, in the news, have you ever seen any of these walls they build around all the Palestinian states?
Well, Israel's part of CENTCOM too, so the industrial complex has an interest. In,
Also, do you really think they didn't know that like any kind of attack was coming?
Hey, listen, Raytheon's got to make their money somehow.
Yeah.
You know,
What does the bully usually do?
I was thinking
Lets
about
you
that.
punch first,
I
so
was
they
thinking
look
about
like the
that.
victim.
You know, I was thinking about how did one of the strongest intelligence agencies on earth get taken by surprise? But, you know, looking into it and kind of the person behind it, avoiding all communication on a digital surface is how that was able to come about, because they do know what's talked about on the phone system. It was done underground, word of mouth. And, you know, I don't want to say too much, but essentially human action and a human version of a DDoS attack apparently works really well against what was thought to be an invincible army. So it's been pretty incredible to see that unravel. Kind of shook a lot of nations that are on the NATO side. Because now, in my opinion, these BRICS nations and Iran being a recent invitee to BRICS feel more emboldened to push for their power because they see what Russia's been able to accomplish in the Ukraine. And I think that this is essentially just the beginning, or really the second or third step in a longer story that's going to take 8 to 10 years to play out, unfortunately. You know, and this is all on the heels of these countries in BRICS dumping U.S. treasuries, trying to move out as quickly as they can. But again, it's going to take years to do so. And we have now hedge funds are adding to their short positions on U.S. treasuries in the futures markets. The position has now reached the largest short position on U.S. treasuries in U.S. history. So hedge funds are definitely betting against 2-year bonds. This is just signaling to me a massive adjustment is coming to the Federal Reserve, to the central bank of the U.S., because treasuries and bonds and how you keep people within the kind of Ponzi of the U.S. dollar and the fiat currency system is one of the main goals for our government, is to retain that governance, that control of finance. So I'm watching this closely, especially with what's happening in the Middle East. It's kind of opened the gates of hell, as the IDF general pointed out about 2 days ago. It's just going to take a while for people to kind of understand it and realize the weight of the situation. What's that?
So I didn't realize this. So we'll just say, here we can do one more zoom in. But 2 of the countries that we don't like that aren't part of the bank, Iran and Russia, are 2 of the last ones in that region.
Pretty much.
Gee, I wonder why they're the naughty guys right now.
No, it's, I mean, remember Gaddafi, you know, remember she came, she saw, he died. You know, these things are the money markets and the control of that. It turns very physical to countries that are trying to make their own up and come. So it's a battle that, you know, it does mean mortality for some people. And I know that us in the U.S., it's been kind of something we're used to, but up and coming countries, this is a battle for their lifetime. So just keep that in mind. Keep an open heart. Really, the pain that I see, you know, for families that are affected, that's where my main mind goes. No one wants to see this battle on either side. It's children and women and young men that are suffering on both sides, and it needs to stop. That's why we're here trying to bring this disastrous monetary system onto the blockchain so that it's transparent and every missile is accounted for a lot more closely in the future. That's our potential that we have right now to change the future. So just keep that in mind. There's a larger concept at play. And we see this concept for decentralized finance being fought against by state regulators. Of course, you'd expect nothing less from them. State regulators are rallying against Coinbase in their securities battle. Essentially, just on Tuesday, October 10th, yesterday, discord between Coinbase and federal authorities reached a new high as U.S. authorities and legal experts joined the fray against Coinbase, claiming that the exchange unlawfully operated an unregistered exchange, still riding those coattails of Gary Gensler's incoherent ramblings about how everything's a security besides Bitcoin because he can't control it anymore, but we're going to try and control the rest of the markets. Just absolute arbitrage, in my opinion. The NASAA, representing the state provincial securities regulators across North America, North American Securities Administrators Association. What a terrible name. Yeah, I mean, this is absolutely awful. Filled an amicus brief backing the SEC. God, in its lawsuit against Coinbase. And, amicus brief just says, hey, this is our legal support for this entity in this lawsuit. Obviously, a lot is at stake with the SEC lawsuits in general, but more so against XRP. I feel like the lawsuit against Coinbase is null and void because the SEC has acknowledged BlackRock's application of the spot Bitcoin ETF, which openly plans to utilize Coinbase as its custody for that spot Bitcoin. So this, in my opinion, just looking at the forest of the trees, just looks at more SEC attempts to put a block in the progression of crypto in the United States to try to retain that, hegemony the US dollar has in the world. And, maybe they're going to try to collapse someone else before everyone kind of capitulates to BTC, and then they have it anyways. Just a thought, dropping out. That's what I would do. And, I also, this is not done yet. The tyranny in Canada is not done yet. And the people's lessons learned from the truckers' convoy should not be forgotten.
Well, we should also really watch Canada because,
yes.
What does Canada have a lot of?
A lot of oil, a lot of goose, a lot of geese,
land,
a lot of land,
an ass ton of uranium.
They do have a lot of uranium.
What did we say was naughty the last few years?
Uranium. Yeah. We have uranium
and nuclear power.
Yeah.
If you look at, I actually found a few companies recently that have been dumping money into this company that I cannot remember what it's called, but they basically own all the uranium mining areas up there. But right now, I think this is similar to the bear market for crypto, where we say that nuclear is bad, we shut down all the plants, then we create a massive energy crisis, and then we're like, oh wait, we need to have nuclear again.
Yeah, nuclear was
fun.
Oh
wait, we control all of the uranium in Canada.
Yeah.
Like, that is a narrative that's going to pop up soon.
Absolutely. And something else that I did highlight is the Keystone Pipeline is half operational right now. So we're turning it back on to half capacity. We're realizing our faults. We are slowly pulling our head out of our arse. It just takes time for people to realize they're wrong. So have patience and understanding for those that obviously are incorrect. Now, Canada, just highlighting this, they began debanking millions of people that were now considered thought criminals that have been blacklisted by the World Economic Forum. This is just more kind of talks about Trudeau's tyranny, but it's worth mentioning because the Financial Consumer Agency of Canada was brought into the loop in complaints lodged with regulatory bodies, shedding light on Trudeau's systematic financial strangulation of domestic opponents. According to the agency, the vast majority of these debanking cases were not cases of terrorism or money laundering. The only legal reason why the government of Canada is permitted to intrude upon the financial liberty of its citizens.
It's because the tyrannical government.
Yes, exactly. This is them working outside of the confine of what law should be. Deeper dive into the numbers revealed that the financial shackles have been tightened around 267 bank accounts and 170 Bitcoin wallets belonging to Freedom Convoy supporters. Literally peaceful protesters that were screaming out against being experimented upon in an obvious farce, which has now been shown to be a farce, and they're still being punished for it. That is the moral of this story. They do not want you to have the freedom that Bitcoin allows you to have. They do not want to have Freedom Convoy members or other sorts of group able to transact with each other outside of their strangled financial system. They're pinpointed it's basically how you funnel all the information to one spot so that you can more easily control it. That's just more of this being fought against, and my heart still goes out to the people of Canada. They're still dealing with that, and now they're having to pay $1,000 for water or heat because apparently they're such terrible humans for wanting to use energy to stay alive, or drink clean water. How dare they? So all of this stuff, it just is my plea to people out there to share this information in case they try it again on us. We did see Lockdown 2.0 get floated in the media. It did not get received well at all. thank God to the people out there that were shedding the information to normies, because if they're able to pull it off again, that's it. That's it. We've shown that we can be beat down and demoralized and dehumanized, and then 1 year later they can turn the lights back off and we're just like sheep. We just go back into our little pen. We're showing that that is a little bit different. That's not necessarily the case right now, which gives me hope for the future. It does give me hope, and it's up to us, you at home, anywhere in the world. If you're hearing this message, share it with a friend, because they need to know that there's an option outside of being inflated out of existence. On Immutable X, it's actually funny you bring that up. I am, my next story was about gaming tokens.
Gods Unchained?
Gods Unchained. You still like Gods Unchained?
I haven't played it in a minute, but that game was super fun.
It seemed pretty good.
It's a very good game.
It seemed pretty good. And I know really the most exciting thing for me when I think about gaming is I remember watching some games out of the Korea markets just absolutely crush last market. And Lark Davis was one person. I mean, he called out many programs that didn't work, but then some of them did work really, really well. And it only takes a few to really make the difference. Now, again, I'm re-emphasizing these are high-risk plays, but this post is from Delphi Digital, 7 crypto gaming ecosystems to watch for 2024. Really good thread. I liked it. So the first one he's looking at is Ronin Network, very active Web3 gaming ecosystem based on wallet activity. Ecosystem is transitioning into one of the few gaming ecosystems that actually has active user base needed to get indie titles for their first 1,000 true fans. Kind of an incentive for early comers. We also have Astar
That's the
Network.
one time an early comer is being incentivized.
I was just about to say, I could be somewhat of an early comer. Let's just say that.
Listen, I said it before and I'll say it again.
I was looking at you to say it for a second.
I don't understand. I don't understand what the problem with early comers is. You know, no one complains when your food shows up early, right?
Yeah.
So what's the deal here? Everyone calm down. Astar Network, another one, a go-to market chain that bridges the gap between Japanese and international markets. It's on Polkadot ecosystem. You know, Polkadot, this is one is really banking on Polkadot coming. Is Polkadot dead? No one ever talks about Polkadot.
I mean, it's based off of Rust.
It is. It's got good programming stuff to it.
Beyond that, I know nothing.
Let's see what the price is. Let's judge. It's still holding still decently well. Look at this is the all-time graph. I mean,
and then it's what, Dr. Wood or whatever. So
Gavin Wood, but he's stepped down. He's out.
Well, what I'm saying is him and Charles were involved in ETH. They both left. One made ADA, one made Polkadot, correct? That's a question.
Yeah, no, I think you're accurate in that. Yeah. I would say no. Trust me. I'd say no. This is on the monthly. It's getting back into the red. This yearly, it looks like it. This kind of looks like an AVAX graph. Doesn't necessarily mean it's dead. It's definitely at a hefty discount. You know, and in the basement, we're kind of weary about meme coins, or not meme coins, but just even alts in general, really insulated to Bitcoin. Glad so. This thing has definitely taken a dive since then. Is now the time to get
What was
it?
the all-time high?
The all-time high was at 55, just about, I think. Yeah, $53. This thing, but it had the whole narrative going to it. Let's see what the market cap.
Like a 12x.
Yeah, let's see what the market cap. Market cap pretty much matches the price, which doesn't give me any inflation freak out. Polkadot might be one I have to watch here. This gaming token, or what this person's talking about, definitely revolves around, so Astar Network being tied to that, it's definitely going to be needing Polkadot to be a big part of the next bull market. Oasis Games. This is one, I think, I can't remember if it was Johnny or someone was mentioning this one to me.
Well, hopefully they don't have a spelling game, because I'm not very bullish on that.
Oh, what happened?
Oasis.
Oasis. Well, they had to get creative.
It's system.
Yeah, cis, you know. God, that got weird. Okay, so a scalable gasless infrastructure partner for some of gaming's largest incumbents. Ecosystem has secured a number of notable gaming-related partnerships with Sega, Bandai Namco Research. So Namco's a big name. Ubisoft is
That's
good.
not as big as you think. The biggest name in there is Square Enix.
Yeah, Square Enix
I don't know,
is
Bandai
good.
Namco's kind of, they've been popping recently.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought you're into gaming too. So, all right,
Yeah.
Adam.
Sure.
How reasonable is it so gaming is going to have a place, I feel like, in crypto in the next bull market, but we going to see games like Grand Theft Auto or Minecraft or something like that, something that's already built in, integrate, or is it going to be a crypto specific game that's only going to have a chance? Like, is the gaming community even open to crypto pay to play type setups at this point?
I don't think so. The gaming community has had a lot of issues with, and I don't want to say crypto is gambling because it's not, but like that sort of financial uncertainty they've had an issue with for a really long time.
But yet they'll do the same exact things, but not own their assets.
Well, yeah, and it's just been a recurring theme for a long time. And now not all of them, but a lot of developers are kind of like backing away from anything that has to do with money.
I've seen that.
So I think right now we're moving.
Say that to the loot boxes.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. But we're moving away from that. That was a huge scandal like 2 years ago. And now it's outlawed in some places. So it's like we're moving away from the financial integration in gaming in general. So I don't think you're going to see much of an integration there anytime soon. So I think if it's going to happen, it needs to come from something that's built on it.
Gotcha.
So like the big IPs and stuff, I can't see it happening anytime soon.
But still, Grand Theft Auto, if you added in crypto, there's your metaverse.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, it's already like
over with if that happens.
They're already like the like RP servers and stuff on there are already like real life stuff, and people take it that seriously. So if they were to actually add a real form of economy into that, it'd be crazy. They never will, but somebody could definitely mod it in something like that.
And then speaking of modding, back to your previous question of something like Minecraft on Wax, Uplift had servers on Minecraft that basically you got paid in Wax and Uplift token. You could buy property, and then depending how much time people spent on your property was how much money you got. And then there were rail systems, so you could buy rail system property or
I remember
other
that
things.
for a little bit. I remember seeing something.
Yeah, and then there's one place like right next to the spawn that the guy got the land there, and then basically created this massive auto farm. And just it was open, so like any items that you needed, people were just there, and it's just they were racking up Uplift tokens and everything else. But
I
Minecraft eventually banned them.
Yeah, I think that's what I was just about to say.
Which was kind of foolish.
I think. Well, I think if it is to be integrated in already existing IPs, it is going to be exploited so hard, like because it's already those games and stuff are already founded, and people know how to exploit them. If there's real money involved, like they're already exploiting stuff like skins and stuff like that, like skin economies. People are already finding ways to get around that. I think if it's real world money that's being involved in there, people are gonna they're gonna ruin that.
Two things: solar miner in Spain. First off, buenos dias. Also, second, Nyaxa has servers for GTA.
Yeah, we brought that up a while ago.
That's crazy.
I mean, and I think what Nyaxa was is you're kind of offering your server bandwidth to it. I think is what it was. It was almost like a rental program for your server capacity.
Okay.
We'll have to look back into it though. But Nyaxa, yes, is definitely in on that. And also Immutable X. We had come out, Amazon Web Services and Immutable X want to make it easier to launch crypto games. Just trying to give a little bit of infrastructure backbone to it, which is nice to see. Let's see here.
By Kate Irwin.
By Kate Irwin. Is it really?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that.
Holy cow. Shout out Kate Irwin. She was on the show a while ago. We got to get her back. Blockchain gaming firm Immutable is working with Amazon Web Services to develop infrastructure solutions for crypto gaming industry. Immutable announced on Tuesday this week in an effort to make it easier for developers to launch and scale their blockchain games. Now, this is just cool to see them kind of laying out the foundation because AWS, I think when anyone that's interested in kind of investing or trying to develop a game, if you have access to AWS and EVM compatible programs, it's going to just open that door up a little bit more for these things to experiment, see if they can come up with a good game with good graphics and create that kind of hype for it. I feel like the graphics and like the usability has to be there. That's what
that's been the issue with Web3 games in general, like all across the board. Like if you look at it, it's like, man, dude, these guys are like 15 years behind everybody else. Like, what are we doing here?
100%.
Like, and if they really want to make a push for, Web3 gaming to be real and adopted, like you got to compete.
That's true.
And it's not even close right now.
It's
not even close.
It's true. You got to look at them for what they are, man. Objective viewership.
Yeah.
Take that third person.
That's what I bring to the basement.
That's right. That's right. Well, we kind of went over here. We kind of got rambling, but I mean, it was a good show. Thank you guys for joining us. Hannah, what are we going to do we got ATB today?
ATB 4 p.m.
Okay.
It's on ATB. Discover Crypto and ATB right
We're
now.
We're simulcasting. We're coming back.
Channels.
That's right. That's right. BJ, what's the plan for today? You building some crazy stuff?
I don't have much more time.
All right,
you got to set up ATB.
Fine. Oh yeah, it's coming right up. All right, Adam, thank you for joining us. Owen, unbelievable. Just sitting there, just sitting, unbelievable. Nicole Menace, Solomar from Spain, Flippa Frank, Candle Daddy, Booster 2JZ, Nakudo the Gamer, Ralphie. Thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you tomorrow with hopefully some groundbreaking news. Maybe we can break down to 25 or try to reclaim the 27-2 spot. We'll see how it goes. It's looking spicy. We're fighting for our lives. Until next time, we bring you the alpha in the basement, and I bid you adieu.